What's in the capsule? It's a little catchy.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go and get. Uh-oh. Where am I?
Uh-oh.
I had my audio on for Twitch, and so you know what happens there. Oh, I forgot to play some more Legends, Stream Legends. Anybody else playing? Am I the only one? I think I'm the only one.
Yeah.
You're not playing?
So.
What an asshole.
Legends.
Oh, excuse me. Oops.
Let's see. I opened up. Let's see. We're streaming now?
We should be.
Okay then.
Alrighty then.
There it is. Hey, we're there. Okay, I'm in the chat room now. I see. Cool. All right. I see JBJ Blaze. So he's in Twitch, and I see people in YouTube, and that's cool. Anybody in Africa? Is that what it's called?
We don't get that chat, so you won't know. They'll just be there, and they can't chat. They'll have to come to Twitch or YouTube to chat.
Oh. Hey, link lasers.
Link lasers. What are those?
Hey, thanks. That's a super chat.
What?
That's cool. Hey, that's our first one ever, I think.
Hey, Arctic Rebel. I know that dude. See a bunch of people. K Fort. Sawanda. Little JBJ Blaze.
JBJ Blaze.
Russ is in the house.
Yeah.
I like him in that chat. I was trying to get our names a little smaller, and I messed them all up, so they'll look weird, and everybody will hate us. And
wait, what's small? Oh, our names.
Because if I put it down here, it just like covers your face. Now here, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, you could put it right up here.
I don't like how the line gets, and then it's all light over there.
You can put it inside and make it a little smaller or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. It's got to be perfect.
Okay, I'll fix it next week. I promise.
Sweet.
So awesome. Super chats. Okay, so I think I think we're ready. I think we're maybe just about done. Ready?
Yeah. I think he is ready. Let's see. Is the third month, first day. Okay. Draco Sunga. Draco Sunga. That sounds sounds like African, kinda. I don't know why. Poop troll. Why are you fat? I don't know. Biology, I guess. I don't know. There's probably some science behind it that you'll have to Google yourself to really get a good answer on that. Okay, let's see. It's the first. Let's see. Okay. Now. Cool. Okay, so this will be about an hour long. And so sit back and relax a little bit.
Or a lot.
Or just open up another tab or you can play that. What is that weird game?
I think that stuff has like saccharin in it or something.
Saccharin.
Tab?
Oh, tab. Yeah, crack open a tab. Slurp it down.
A little slurping is. Well, I'm
okay. Draco.
I'm gonna hit the old record, the old recording button.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you're doing the introduction.
Yeah.
Let me make sure it's recording. Yeah, it looks to be recording. Freaking Circle K.
You love the Circle K updates.
Freaking love that Circle K.
Are you waiting on me?
Yeah, I'm all ready to go.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm hitting all the records. All the records buttons.
I figured you were flipping switches and turning knobs. I mean,
yes.
not just knobs to turn, really, but you know.
Yes, let's. Okay, I'm gonna start this with a bunch of drops, so bear with me.
Okay.
This is Incredible Hulk from Ingression, and you're listening to Agent Academy, the #1 podcast for while you destroy, deploy, and enjoy.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/agentacademy. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle or MP3 player. And now, welcome to the Agent Academy.
Hi, this is Andrew Krug, the Global Community Manager for Niantic Labs, and you're listening to the Agent Academy podcast.
Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
It's Agent Academy, episode 17, recorded on March 1st, 2018. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
And I'm Agent Soho.
And we've got a ton of stuff to talk about on the show today. Big old Circle K. It should be called Triangle K, right? They need to get rid of the circles. What's that about? And a whole bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned, and we'll get to all the segments and goodness in just a moment. But first, I want to know how you've been doing, Agent Soho.
Yeah, me. Pretty good. I didn't have a big week or anything, but I did go up to Tennessee, as I usually do.
I noticed.
Yeah. And then, so Kim, my girlfriend, she threw a ton of links, and she was just going crazy. This is right on the border of, it's the line of, Tennessee, Alabama line, north side. And anyway, she just went nuts, and it was like throwing stuff. And before I could even really start linking, there was stuff going from all the way from Tennessee to downtown Huntsville, down to the Veterans Museum or whatever, or the park or whatever it's called.
Right.
Anyway, and she was just laughing and giggling, like, oh my God. She was thinking, yeah, this isn't gonna last very long, because it's probably annoying both factions because they were insane. So then I guess later that night or the next day, I got a request to take that down because there was a better op going on, and I was like, yes, that's perfectly fine. We were just messing around. So but anyway, but that leads into you because you were part of that huge op.
Yeah, it was a pretty big op for the amount of people that were involved. So it was a 23 layer. It was about almost 6 million million MU, and so a bunch of cool people working on that with Semiotic, Butterfly Shadow, Foley 4, Allison 7, even Big Dog stepped in and gave us some comm help, and it was a lot of fun. And so we threw that, and then it got taken down a little bit later, and then Semiotic went back up there and put it back up, and then like I think the next day it got dropped again, and then they ended up putting it up again, and it's still up right now, I believe. So if you look at Alabama, that triangle at the north end is what they did and what we worked on. So it was really a lot of fun going out to places. So we'll see how long we can keep it up. That'll be a fun project, right?
Yeah, and it went from Scottsboro, Alabama, to north all the way up to Tennessee, kind of deep into Tennessee. What was the city in Tennessee? Do you
up Pulaski and then down to Coleman.
Okay. Yeah, so it was just a huge blanket. And then I guess so much that there was a post on the Ingress Reddit saying the title was Alabama's looking awfully green today. So there's so a lot of people noticed that.
So it's always nice when you see that stuff.
Right? It's like verifying your hard work. Like I noticed it because I think I had left the house and I was about to go do something, and I realized everything was green. I kept waiting to drive out of the green, and I just kept driving and driving. I'm like, I think this is really big. So I looked at the map and I was like, oh, that's why they wanted to take down our stupid straight links. I was like, because they weren't doing anybody any good.
Well, and that was like between throws. Like we had already had it up for a little bit, but I think Semiotic was going out there to get it back up. That's hot. And it was like, oh, well, these links are in the way. We need to get someone over there to drop it. So the plan got shifted a little bit, but eventually we got your stuff taken down, or Kim's stuff taken down, and rethrown it. I think that's how you say it.
Rethrown it.
But it was a really fun week. We had a farm last weekend, so I got to see a bunch of folks I hadn't seen for a while, and got to have a few drinks, need a little food, or some people ate food. I just had drinks and farmed and chatted. So that's always nice. I really recommend that if you are listening to this and you don't go out to farms, if you don't, meet your local community, do it. Just go. You'll meet some cool people, and it just makes the game that much better. So go do that. Have some laughs, throw some triangles, and have fun. And I did want to send a thank you out to I'm probably butchering this, but I think it's Relanese, but they sent me a message in comms asking me about how long my latest portal was held, or what the date was, and I don't really know. Like I tried to look at like the week or the month and see how many days that I had, but I don't really keep track of that, so I don't know like what portals are what. And they were like, I think I know which one is your latest, so I'm going to keep it recharged. And I'm like, I don't even know, but hey, that's cool. Maybe I'll actually get a badge by accident, which would be cool.
All right.
And besides that, I've been working on a secret project. I'm going to code name this What's in Your Pocket. You remember that? It's one of Eric's old faves, What's in Your Pocket. But hopefully we'll be able to talk about that in the coming months, as well as a Circle K update.
Love those, man.
All right.
Can't get enough of that. Circle K news.
But I'm going to hold up until situation report, because there's actually a lot to go with Circle K. And finally, I also leveled. I finally got 13, so was super happy
you're
to
a teenager.
see that.
Nice.
And it's funny because that field we threw made it much more difficult to get to 13. Like I was like, okay, so no fielding right now around here. And then when it came down, I was like kind of a little happy, because like, okay, got to go out and field, and then leveled, and then the field went back up. So awesome stuff.
You've been leveling pretty fast. Cool.
Well, not comparatively to some folks, but it's been good. Anyway, I guess that leads us to
Situation report.
What was that? A real bumper? That would just us saying "city, sit rep."
Well, you know, it's we've been getting some cool bumpers in from listeners, and it kind of, you know, I'm like, people are sending in bumpers. We got to make some too. So
Right, yeah. Throw them in the ring. So yeah, and yeah, keep the bumpers coming. Keep them flowing. So anyway, sit rep. So this is what happened this week in the world, in the news, the events, all the goodies. And now this, I know everybody listening to this has been waiting for Brent's update on Circle K.
right.
And here it is.
I don't know. So I guess the first news about the Circle K stuff is they actually released a form, and I believe it's just because of the podcast. They're like, man, we need to get some feedback because but they released a form asking agents to tell them about basically what they thought of the promotion. And when you completed the form, it's a pretty short form, you got a code, but it turns out the code was the only code. Like, so everybody got the code. So that code was out in the wild in seconds everywhere. So no one actually had to take any poll or fill out any form to get the code.
I know what you're talking about. We were tweeted the code. It was like, here it is.
Like every channel you're in, the code pops up, and like I did the form and I was like, oh, I've seen that code. I was like, okay, oh well, I guess I get it for real. But then I got an error when I put the code in. I'm like, Circle K just hates me.
Well, so I got an error because I just had too much stuff. Like the error code I get is always like exceeded XM or something like that.
Right.
But it's because, you know, I'm always full on gear. Like I have to drop some. I started eating cubes so I could charge, and then I still haven't emptied it. So I haven't actually redeemed this thing yet. But what error did you get?
I don't know. Just in the scanner itself, it just gave me some little error message at the bottom. And it wasn't one that I knew at the moment time. I don't know if it was just lag or something else. Because later I did redeem it and it worked. So I think maybe it was just congestion. It was probably real busy with everybody flooding the server. It kind of happens when a new code pops out. Sometimes it's, especially like, remember the, what was it? The 10 days before New Year's, they were spitting out the codes, and it was like, if you got it immediately, you may or may not get it for a while. It was that sort of thing.
Okay.
But so I went to 2 Circle K's actually it's been the past 2 weeks. I don't think I said anything last week. And the one I go to religiously, like every week, no code. Just like always, no code. But I happened to be on the other end of the town, and it was because of this op actually. So yay ops, go do them if you don't. They're fun. And I went to the Circle K over there, and within 5 minutes I got the code. So I've pissed someone off at this other Circle K, and they're just like, nope, no code for you. But it's weird. Like, why would it work at one and not the other? Like, is it something keyed in wrong with like what drinks scan in as in one as opposed to the other? I don't know.
I don't know, but we have a comment in our YouTube live stream chat right here from Vane Verksoff, who said, I was just at Circle K in Rhode Island. No portal. Boo.
Did you submit it, though? You got to submit it, right? And be like, hey, it's a Circle K.
I mean, it'd be weird to deny that, right? I mean,
like, it really probably should be denied, right? Absolutely. But
yeah,
I wonder if they let it slip,
that it
slip
is,
through.
But yeah, only because they're partners. So, I mean, my Lotto place didn't get approved, but you know, it would if they were partners with Niantic.
I don't know if we need more portals up there for y'all throwing, you know, links all the way through the city with. I don't know.
I know, like 20.
Field it up at least. Come on, jeez.
I think it was a field. It was just really paper thin. It was like razor thin. Shooting
I don't know
right
about
downtown,
that.
like a needle.
Just piercing those other fields. It was like a link laser.
Yeah, it was a link laser.
So that's the update, the Circle K update. So, you know, go fill out the form. Let them know how it was, whether you got a code or not. You probably did get it already and used it. but I think it's good for them to know, like, whether you don't have a Circle K in your area, whether you've had issues with the promotion itself, or whether you like it, whether you hate it. All that feedback's always good for a game you really enjoy. And if you're listening to this show, you probably enjoy the game. So go help everyone out and go submit the form. It'll be in the show notes.
Yep.
Also, there wasn't a ton of news this week, I guess. Really, that's why they had time to put a Circle K form out there. But there were quite a few ops that I thought we should talk about. One even breaks a record, which we'll get to in the end. I was smart this week. I went ahead and I put them all in order of like the smallest to the biggest.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the first one here is Operation Groundhog Day. It's pretty cool. I had
again
28 million MU from the resistance side.
That is right.
And so this is like tons of layers going on here. Pretty sweet. And we'll have links to all these down in the show notes too, in the description.
Yeah. And that was a resistance field. And the next one we got is the Operation Rails and Trails. It was 64 million MU, and that was from the Enlightened.
Nice. I love these names, by the way. It's just, if anything, if there's a takeaway from this, it's like name your ops really cool names.
Right.
This third one here is Operation Hello World.
And it's they have a badge for this one that's like all code, like, you know, Hello World. It's the first program you write, usually new language.
Right. Yeah. It's like 10 print hello world, 20 go to 10. I don't know. So this has tons of agents involved in this one. This is a Enlightened op that scored them 800 million MU.
It's impressive. It's huge. It was huge. And lastly, this one actually broke a record. Apparently, it's a new MU record for MU up at checkpoint. It was Operation Green Doritos, or Doritos Verdes. It was 6 billion MU, and I believe like 2 billion MU at checkpoint. So, and that was Enlightened threw that one up. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Did you say what the name of the op was?
Operation. Yes, I did. I said both of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'd missed it because I was looking at the checkpoints here, and it says 70 an average of 73 million per layer. There's 14 layers, equaling 1 billion MU, and then by the second point checkpoint, they had 2 billion MU standing at that time. Over 2 billion. That's crazy because there was some rethrows and stuff happening.
Yeah, and it was basically all of America, some Canada, some Mexico, and I had to look this up because, you know, it's like I'm like, why don't we just cover the world? And well, the thing is, you can't, right? Because the links can only go so far, and even with max linkage, you're hitting like 6,800 kilometers, or about almost 4,300 miles. Right. So if you think the U.S. is what, about 2,500 miles? Is that right? That's about right. So you're thinking you just can't do it. So I was like playing with in Google Maps, you can do distances. And so I was like trying to see like what can you do and where can you do it? And I was trying to see if you could like cap, you know, the Earth, like just get, you know, just the cap of it, and you can, because it does some really weird things, because it it kind of gets small, and it actually, when I did it in on the Ingress Intel, it flipped the triangle, and instead of covering the cap, it covered the rest of the world. And I wonder if there's some weird way. I mean, I know this is web stuff, and it's completely different from what it would do in the game itself, but I wonder if there's some weird way, if you did it just right, that it would bug out and like flip like that in the game and like cover, you know, everything else but the cap, basically.
Oh,
like, wouldn't that be crazy?
Right. Yeah.
So if you're looking to do that, you need to hit, I believe it was Greenland, and then over to Sweden, I think, and then over on the what is that? It's like the archipelago thing that comes out from Alaska over to Russia. That thing, there's an island in there that has a portal on it, and so you need to get that one. And those 3 will cap the Earth. So let's do that.
Wow,
Someone.
that's crazy. Awesome.
That's how I spend my days, people. That was a good 2 hours right there.
So you need to give love to both factions, though. Like make the world turquoise, right? Do a double layer, double faction type thing.
Yeah, or green, either one.
Well, because like both people will be fighting for it, because it's the world. So nobody will really succeed, or not easily anyway. But if you both like decided, yes, we'll both get a chance, then maybe it'll happen. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm sure Reddit will post that link if that does happen. Everyone will see it.
Pretty sure someone would post it. Yeah.
So cool. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah.
What's in the capsule?
What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule?
I guess the capsule exploded. Well, there's nothing in the capsule this week. Sorry, just some ashes and some soot.
It's all over the ground. I believe that was from Essanian. Essanian. Agent Essanian. Thank you.
Ah, yes, that was excellent.
So, well, I guess are we playing it here? I guess we should play a little bit here, right? Because it's titled after the name of the segment. We'll link to it in the media acquired segment later, but Agent Dr. PC actually went above and beyond and created a song that was inspired by what's in the capsule.
And it's awesome.
And I'm just playing a little bit here. Okay, that's all I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna tease it because it's really good, and you should go listen to it. We'll link to it in the show notes, and I'm sure maybe Agent Soho might be able to throw it in the chat. Do you have chat open?
I have the YouTube chat open, but I don't know if you can drop links in the YouTube chat.
You may not.
I don't think because it didn't let me, but it will be in the show notes. But it's really awesome. I love the song. It's great. It's mixed well. It's awesome. It's just good. Everything about it is awesome. So yeah, so check them out. And let's see here.
Sorry, I was throwing it in Twitch. I've got Twitch open, so I can throw it in there.
Okay.
So thank you, Dr. PC.
Let's see. Where is the next segment?
What's in the capsule? This one. So
we're already here. Okay. So yeah. So this is ideas of what we want in the game. So my idea this week is, of course, every time I think of something new, I'm like, maybe Ingress Prime will already have this incorporated into it or something like that. Because this is very much a user experience type thing, a UI, I guess, thing. So anyway, so the idea is to have multiple fixed views for your scanner. So what I mean is basically having the ability to see in 3D and twist around. I noticed in Ingress Prime in the beta, or not beta, I don't know, whatever, the demo or whatever they were showing around. We don't have access to it, by the way, but it was whatever was on YouTube. When you zoom in, you're changing from sky view to like first person view. I noticed that like when you zoom in, your camera is like eye level as you're standing on the street looking forward, and when you zoom out, you slowly start to go into the sky. So which is interesting. That's pretty cool. But my idea is basically having this 3D view of where you're on the ground, right? And you're looking around. So like if I turn my scanner, the compass will show me what's behind me, and like basically like it's a 3D view, right? It's like an AR 3D view type thing. That way it actually has some it actually would help you out, like finding a certain portal that you're trying to click on, because sometimes it's in a dense area, and everybody knows that it's like kind of confusing sometimes. You're like, well, the portal's here, I think, I don't know, and you're turning around, you're like, I think it's north, south, where am I don't know what's going on. You just go into that 3D view and you turn it around, you're like, there it is, boom, click it, right, easy. Then so all the different views, you can switch between the views. So you can switch to 2D mode, and that's just sky view. Think Google Maps, right? It's just plain bird's eye view, right?
Google.
And then the other view is like the cool view. This is a remote view. So imagine if I could see what Agent Goonie Guy sees from
don't want to see that.
From across the world, or wherever I'm at, across the city actually. But I could be like, I'm going to look at your screen, boom, and you see where he sees, what he sees. And that would be good for remote ops. That's basically probably it, really. Being an op. What do they call them? They call them remote operators or something? Anyway, being able to see what all your team sees without having to like scroll around. Plus, it's better like looking through someone's scanner than it is just looking on a map sometimes, because you're able to like quickly see what's going on. You can see mods deployed. You can see, or maybe not mods deployed, but you can, I don't know. It's just more visual things. Who knows what Ingress Prime is even going to add anyway. So being able to just switch between views seems like a 2018 type of feature,
or a 2020 like thing,
right? So versus like what we have now, which is just like one view, right? You zoom in or you zoom out, whatever. So anyway, that's what would be really cool. And they got some comments already. One from Russ: hey Soho, what about an AR viewer through the scanner via the camera on the phone? See, that's pretty good too. So now you're kind of mixing in some Pokemon Go kind of stuff, right? So it's like, some overlay. I mean, I think that would be super cool, but I didn't feel like Niantic really nailed it with Pokemon Go, so I don't know if it would be, I don't know. Like, it always seemed kind of laggy and weird to me. A lot of people just would disable it altogether. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool, but off,
Well, and especially in Ingress, when it's like sometimes it matters, right? Like in Pokemon Go, it may be a pain point, but when you're trying to get like an op established and like a field done, and like you're lagging and something's going on, like you definitely don't want anything extra. So like that's awesome. And if they do something like that, hopefully they have the switch just like Pokemon Go that you can turn it off when you need to. Like, right. That'd be nice if they just had that in general, some kind of low bandwidth mode, which turned off all the images and all, like anything extra. Like, I don't need that data. Actually, it would help people with their cell phone plans too. I mean, like right now, it's like when you look at all your keys, like it'll sit there and re-download all those images. So you cap them up so you don't use them, and so it doesn't use that bandwidth by looking through all your keys. And when you're trying to get a link established, it'll actually go in there and like download all the data about all those portals. So cap them up so that doesn't happen, and it'll save you a little bit of cell plan.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Some vision, some remote view, 3D, 2D, and soon to be smell-o-vision in Ingress Prime. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. And if this was the early 2000s, you'd probably include the cell shaded view. I remember that was all the rage. Right. It was like, whoa, cell shading looks so cool, man. It looks like a cartoon. Anyway, that was a quick fad that kind of went away.
Yeah, I think WoW brought that back for like one expansion. It was so weird. Like they just had it in just a few, just like a few raids. They did like this weird cell shading storyline thing, and it was like, I don't think that really goes with everything else. Like, what are y'all doing?
You're right. You know, come to think of it, Smite has an adventure mode right now that's cell shaded. Maybe it hasn't died. It's making a comeback. Put it in Ingress.
Cell shaded portals.
Yeah.
So my idea this week kind of goes along with situation reports and stuff like that. Like, I think it would be cool if in the game itself, like, because there's a lot of tools we use outside the game, but if inside the game itself you could form not just small groups, but big, like, fielding groups. You know, in other games they'd be guilds or clans, things like that. But like a big fielding group where you can add, news and just different items that you would normally put on like maybe a website or something. But this way it'd be in the game and you could be there. But also a way to do your own badges for ops and things like that. Almost like they could have a site kind of like how you make your own missions. But what if you made your own ops? And it was basically like making the mission with that badge, and your fielding group could basically approve who did that op, and then they would get that badge, just like if they had completed a mission in the world, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, so it's kind of already in the game, so it's not like, I don't think it would be that hard to do.
Right.
But anyway, that's it. Fielding groups.
Yeah.
Ops and badges. Everybody likes badges.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Teamwork.
We have
it's like an incentivized teamwork too. It's like everybody here is going to get a badge.
Unless you screw up.
Oh,
You screw up and you're not getting the badge.
We're taking it away. Yeah.
No. Don't take the badge away, man. Some badge. Okay, so we do have some ideas and submissions from listeners. First one here is from Agent Dewey J. I believe he is Resistance, if I remember correctly. Says, love the show, in case you could not tell. And we can tell. We love you. You always send in stuff. I actually forgot a call last week. We'll be playing it later in comps. Thank you. We appreciate every time someone sends in content. We can't tell you how much that means to us. And anyway, he goes on to say, here's a suggestion for new portal submissions using the scanner. Just fleshing out a previous suggestion. Have the agent submit the location first, then have the scanner use a full screen satellite map and drop a pin on the map so the agent can see where the portal location should be. Have a button for the agent to press to verify the location, then kick on the camera. When the agent takes the picture, the scanner takes another location reading to verify that the picture was taken in the same area of the location pin. Lastly, have the agent verify that the picture is good and then complete the submission. Keep in mind that GPS has a 20-foot plus or minus accuracy, so what might be right on for one agent could be 20 away for the next. If you get in places with poor cell and GPS signals, it could be off more than 20 feet. And that is so true. I actually did a few submissions last week when I was out doing some prep work for the op, and I was in some places that there just was not signal. Like, there was one portal I had to get to, and just all the way from one point, just there was no signal. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to cap this. Like, I'm not going to be able to get this portal. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to pull out this rig I've got and see if I can get some kind of signal going. And I pulled up to the church, and there was no parking lot. It was just like a church in the middle of like field. Like, there was no parking lot. There's just like one little thing you could kind of pull off, but enough room for one car. And I pulled over, and like as soon as I pulled over, I got signal and I could get to the church. Anyway, GPS sucked out there, and when I would do the location for the portals, like, you'd click on it and it would never actually bring up the location. So I'd have to kind of guess where the location was and move it from where I was taking the picture and hope I got it in the right place. Or the other trick was, once you take the picture and you go into the location, you can drive and then click on like a where I am now, whatever that icon is. I don't know what you actually call that icon, but it's an icon that means, hey, go to the point where I am physically now. That's in that map. So you drive there and you're right, or walk, and you're right over the spot where you want the mark to be. Click it, and then it'll be there. So I had to do that. So yeah, GPS signal is really wonky on some of these submissions. Like, what do you think if they made, like, they do a lot of web interface? Like, I'd like having the in-game stuff, but some of the stuff is you know, it's kind of important, and it kind of helps to get it right. But why not have the submissions like offloaded to your submission queue, just like a mission thing, where when you get home you can get on the computer, or you could do it on your phone. But then you have a queue where you can go in and check your submission and make sure it's all right, check errors, and then you can use Grammarly on it, right? Like, and now your spelling error, you can actually do nice long descriptions if you want, with a link or an emoji, whatever you want in there, and then hit submit.
You could write a freaking ebook in there if you wanted to. Like,
right.
It sounds pretty awesome.
And then kicks you into OPR. See, I have this theory that you submitting the portal is like a vote in OPR for the submission. And I think they only need an odd number besides that, or an even number besides that, because then it adds that person on as the odd. So it always goes in with a 1+, right? Because you submit it and you think it's okay, even though you haven't taken the quiz yet, possibly if you're only 11. But whatever. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Well, also, you know, with the GPS, like you were saying, you know, it's like GPS isn't very accurate, right? It could be as much as 20 feet off or whatever like that. Right. You ready for a quick conspiracy time?
Yes.
Conspiracy time.
Let me get my tinfoil hat.
All right. So there you go. Get that hat on there. So, you know, everybody knows about SpaceX, right? And the last launch, Falcon Heavy blasted up there with a secret payload, in which the camera mysteriously switched off as soon as it was in the up there, like right as it was going to deploy whatever payload they had, right? They don't want anybody to know. What if it was an incredibly accurate next generation GPS, and we were going to see this in games and stuff soon? You know what I mean? So Ingress Prime could have a really bright future if that's true.
Well, and not to mention, they've been talking a lot about communications. Like right now, all our communication stuff, like GPS specifically, is all it's so Earth oriented. Like, it doesn't help you on the moon, right? So it's like we need to come up with more technology that is multi-planet technology. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of satellite that doesn't just work on the Earth and we'll be able to get portals on the moon and not just spoofed there. Because I think was he the guy talking about communications on the moon? Doing something up there? You'll be able to make calls up there, stuff.
Elon, soon. You mean?
Yeah, it may not be
Mr.
him.
Musk. I don't know. I didn't hear about that, but you know, never know. He's got his eyes set on Mars now, so he's like, moon's old hat.
right. We're going straight to Saturn. I like the rings.
Saturn, yeah. All right. Anyway, so take the foil hats off, and we'll get on to the next one here, which comes from Agent Shilster, and he has contributed previously in other shows. He's a cool guy. Enlightened is where he hails from. So his idea is all about trading. So he says a new trade menu button that would show you all the items that people would give you to trade, right? Okay, so example, if you click on somebody's name, like where you usually send somebody a message or look at their profile, there'll be an option where it says trade, and a little window pop up, and you could choose what items you want to go into their inbox, basically. And he looks under the trade option, and the other person will, there will be the items. This is a run-on sentence. Anyway, basically, this works on like an escrow service, right? So if so the trade doesn't get accepted until both parties agree, right?
All right. Yeah.
So you would say, I'm offering this to you for trade, and then if I trade nothing, then it's yours. Or if I trade a something, then I accept that anyway. So it's, so both parties accept. Also, as a bonus idea that he had, he says, now if you hack a portal or a glyph hack and your inventory is full, then you should get the points. You should get the points anyways, even if there's no items. But the items that you would have gotten, but your inventory was full, go into your trade box, and the name on it would be like the name of the portal or something. It would have like a picture of the portal. So basically, the portal is trading for free, right, or something like that. It's just a bonus idea. So, but that's pretty cool. Like trading. I don't know. We've had a lot of talks about trading.
Yeah, it could be better than just dropping capsules on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's something about, being able to drop a capsule on the ground somewhere where you're not, and then someone, making drops, right? And you have a little risk there. I mean, it's depending on where it is, you have a little risk of someone finding it and picking it up and stealing it and taking it. Adds a little bit to the game, but I think there could be some sort of way to trade if you're in person. You don't really need that extra thing at that point, like make it dangerous to trade in person.
Yeah, but also you don't want to introduce spamming, or not spamming. What is it, like Chinese gold sellers or whatever? A lot of MMOs are plagued with.
Well, and we've got that. We've had it. Well, we had it last week or the week before. There seemed to be just a barrage of basically people selling like items, and they'd be like, come to my store or whatever, or hey, go to this website and you can pay and I'll tell you people's guardians, that sort of crap, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you don't want more of it? Is that's what you're saying?
Right.
Like, you don't like that?
If this is a way to like trade with the public by saying, free items, like.
Oh, that's true. That is something they've got to look at.
Like incentivized links, right? Like I go to your link and you get paid some ad money or something when I click it. I don't know. But in return, I give you like 5 boosters. So you sit there and click my ads. And, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of sleazy ways you could like.
It's like sweat app for Ingress. Hey, right? Sweat and well, you'll have to listen to the last episode or the one before it to.
I mean, or even you could just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll give you, 10 bursters.
Hey, or yeah,
so
hey, is that what we're doing?
Spamming people. I don't know.
We'll give you free codes if you listen to our show like that.
Well, yeah, I guess we already do it. We're already slime balls.
Oops. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a slime ball. I'm just trying to give you some free stuff. We should probably give free stuff now that we're. Does that mean just do it live on air?
To do give away something?
Let's do a comments bumper. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Comms.
It's sad. It's kind of sad at the end. Comes. So, no idea what the beeping says. If you decode that Morse code, it might say something nice. It might say something mean. It might say something that offends you. Anyway, but for now, we'll just go on like it was just a bunch of random beeping. And we have comms, of course, and we have your calls. We have some YouTube comments. We have Twitter comments. We have Telegram comments. And we have Facebook comments. No, we don't have Facebook comments. But we got so many comments. Comments.
Let's start with this call-in from Dr. PC himself.
Cool.
What's up, Agent Academy? It's your boy, Dr. PC. Just giving you all a shout-out. Love what you're doing. Big things coming. Keep up the great work.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks. Awesome.
And if you want to call in, you can always call in. Just go to speakpipe.com/Agent Academy, and it's just a little web app. I think it probably works on your phone, and it just uses your mic on whatever device or computer you're using, and you can record it there. You can listen to it and go, nah, I didn't like that. I'm not going to send it in. Or you can send it in. Just keep it nice and short, and we'll get it on the next show.
Yep. We have some stuff here. We got, let's start off some YouTube comments from Agent John Rocks, because why?
Rocks.
He
John
just does.
Rocks.
Please don't ruin Ingress with your... He rocks.
I was a little slow on that one, sorry.
He says, please don't ruin Ingress with our purchasable portal skins. Oh no, he heard last week's episode. They should have a Christmas tree at every city hall portal, though, with Fracker enabled, an hour day during the 12 days of Christmas. 12 hours a day, an hour a day. Oh, just 1 hour a day, right?
What,
I don't know.
What do you think about it? What if they had an event where they just said every portal that is a level 8, or maybe it's not even level 8, every portal that is lit up will get a fracker on it for the next, week.
Oh yeah.
And so it will sit there and die a lot faster because it's just fracking left and right. So you'd have to go and be deploying the whole time. But as soon as it was fully deployed, a fracker would appear on it and you could start fracking.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That might be a way to kind of clear the field. There was kind of a threat with Prime. I think they misspoke, but people took it as they were going to clear the field basically of all the portals and stuff and the resonators and everything off them, which they came back and said no, that's not happening. But this could be a way to do it, right? Just a weird, and it could go with the virus stuff that people are talking about. We got a call about that later too.
Virus stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so he doesn't like the purchasable portal skins. But yeah, I agree. Some holiday type events should be happening just by themselves by default. I really hope so. They'd be like one of the few games that don't actually celebrate a holiday. Like most games you think of, like on console or PC or your phone, usually do something special around a holiday. It doesn't matter what holiday, every holiday. So please, Niantic, do cool stuff on holidays.
Well, and they've done Pac-Man. That was cool.
Pac-Man, but that was years ago too, which was awesome. I loved it so much. But the last 2 April Fool's Days, they just missed it. They didn't do anything. And April Fool's is coming up. What is this, March now?
So they'll say Prime's going to be released.
Right.
April Fool's.
Yeah, so we have 1 month exactly from today. We will be looking forward to what Niantic has to do. And if Niantic is listening, you got a month. You got a month
to
man.
Think of something.
I know you could do it.
Think of something. I bet they got something.
I bet.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we got Agent Frank Smith, and this is kind of a long one here. I don't know if I want to read all this, but basically it's about cheaters and stuff in his area, on his team apparently. So I take it he's resistance, and I'm not saying he mentioned riot. I wasn't saying the cheaters means you're resistance because we know it's on both. Anyway, but what he was saying was that they're not letting him field, so he was doing some stuff where he was flipping their portals, and so everybody's mad at each other, and they won't let him basically play anymore. And that's the gist of it. It's a lot longer than that. This is one of the times I would say you might think about flipping. If you don't get along with the people you're playing with, 90% of this game, honestly, is the people you meet and that you play with. The other 10% is the game itself. So if you don't get along with the people you play with, then you might want to either quit the game or go check out the other side. See how they are. See if you gel with them. See if you have more fun playing the game with them, and just don't get into those wars and those battles. Just play your stuff, be cool, be like Fonzie, and move on and just have fun. I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, I do too. Good advice. Let's see. We have one here from Agent Heath Loden.
What's he loading? Was
He's
that like the game's loading up?
He's loading a comment.
Oh.
And that comment is, do not DD the new, what is DD? Oh no, it says do. It's a weird font.
It's Coda.
It's like a D. Anyway, do not do the do. He hates do. I don't know why.
Who hates do? It's green. Oh, he's resistance, I bet, right? So he hates the green do.
Yeah. Do not do the new Circle K survey. Here's the code. Demand better. And then he gave the code out. So that was the tweet that we got earlier about the Circle K. And it was like,
demand better.
Thank you, though. That was nice of you.
Yeah. And then Agent NPE Lolly says Ingress Prime is Half-Life 3 confirmed. And these are YouTube comments from our last episode. So if you're missing what the hell people are talking about, you might want to go back and check out episode 16 because it was a doozy.
It was a doozer. It was a dozer. Twitter comments. Let's move it on.
Is that from Fraggle Rock? No, those are dozers, not doozers. Sorry. Go on. I digress.
Agent Zachary Culp. He says, I have a question. I have seen many agents from factions use a tool called Outgress. Would you be willing to discuss it if it is okay to use with Ingress or if it violates the TOS? Looking forward to your response. So I already know what Outgress is, and doesn't it has like heat maps and stuff?
Well, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but Outgress is the one that you have to hook up your email to, right? And they get your like email stuff to get the data from.
Yes, they mine it.
So you're only getting the data of the people who are in the system. So if you think about it that way, why would you want to be in that system? Then they're going to have your data, and I assume that that data is shared by both teams at that point. Anyone using?
Maybe. I guess we haven't really looked into it that much, but basically, you're right. It's basically a scraper, right? You're lending your data to it. By giving emails. So when something's attacked or destroyed or anything like that, they put that into their database, and then you pull it up later, right? Just like the controversy before, it was like if you're storing data that you can then look on and query later using a program, that is a big old no-no. And also what this program does is it gives you agent trends, like where they go and like how long they've been places and stuff, like their route to work and stuff. Then you have heat maps, activity maps in your town or wherever you want to look at. Obviously, a no-no. And then portals. You can just straight up look up a portal, like look up the history of the portal and all this stuff. Like you get alerts through Slack, Telegram, Discord. Like it's a bot. It's a huge bot network. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And I think the problem is that it's indexing. So, and this has been brought up in an AMA. So Andrew answered this way, and he's the global community manager for Niantic. So you kind of got to default to what he says, right? And he says, someone asked a long question about basically Outgress, and he comes back and says, I have to default to the Ingress TOS. Within there contains the line that you agree not to index content. I'm no lawyer, so take what I'm about to say with that in mind. Attack notifications seem to fall under content as they are generated as a service by Ingress that you can opt out of. So to me, yeah, that system seems like a violation of the TOS.
Yeah.
So he does kind of say, I'm not a lawyer, and take this with a grain of salt. But if you're leaning one way or the other, and you're worried about breaking the TOS, then maybe it's not something to use.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there if I were you. In short, TLDR,
Hashtag nope.
And by the way, if you're watching this video and you can see the comments on the screen, I super believe in you, Tad Cooper.
Yeah, we should read all those out. I have my stuff set to dark mode, so I haven't been seeing them, but I see this like green lit up on this other screen, and so
yeah,
I'm glad they're getting on the screen.
Thank you very much, giving us donations through Super Chat on YouTube, and you too can YouTube at home next week. We record this on Thursday nights at beginning around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight Savings Time, Central whatever
sometime, yeah.
And that's 8 o'clock. So we got lots of people chatting in different channels and stuff like that. So thanks again for the super chats and the donations and stuff like that,
and the subs. And on Twitch, we've got some subscribers in chat who can throw out their icons for whichever faction they belong to. I feel like it's like a karate fight. It's awesome. So also we have in here Dr. PC says, nice, more people taking the time to publish anything Ingress will only help it grow in more players, in return giving us the players a long-term project. Talking about, I think last week we were talking about other podcasts and stuff coming out. So awesome, super awesome.
Very nice. Telegram comments. Our Telegram group is still going very strong. A lot of people in there. And we got one that says, really cool seeing requests for
Oh, that was mine. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I should have prefaced that, huh? There was a lot.
Okay,
So yeah, sorry. So there was a lot of actually there was a lot of photos the past couple of days of the weather, and it's really cool seeing like agents out in the snow and stuff, like when it's like starting to warm up here. But today one of the agents asked for a comm bomb for another agent who it was their birthday. So happy birthday, Caterpillar Queen. And so they got comm bombed by a bunch of agents, I think from both factions, from the Agent Academy Telegram channel. So it was really cool to see that. Like that's really awesome. It's a day everybody likes to have a little bit of extra on their birthday, so that the agents kind of said, you know what, I don't care what faction, I'm gonna say happy birthday. So very cool, everyone.
Yeah.
And happy birthday again.
Yay.
So I guess that leads us into a shorter segment.
Agents, it appears we have found something interesting. Media acquired.
We got it.
We got it finally.
We got the media. We finally got it. All right, so this is Ingress related sites, tools, videos, music, and stuff like that.
And if you have something that you want to send in, send it to us. You can tweet us. You can call it in, telegram us. However, you can get in touch with us. We're pretty easy to communicate with. The first one was a video that a agent Zellybelly sent in. It was a video of her first mission with I believe it's her husband, Agent Jabberant. And so it's a cool video showing them doing a mission for the first time. And so it's really cool to see like new players doing stuff and then making content about it. It's like that whole content thing. Like if you have the wherewithal to make something, video, art, story, do it, and then let us know about it, because I want to hear more stuff. I'm ready for more audiobooks. I like the first audiobook. I want to hear the rest of them.
Oh yeah, more Ingress audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, check that out in the show notes for sure. Go down there and check and watch. It's like a 4-minute video. It's really awesome. So we have one from Agent. Oh, this is the song.
Yeah, and then the song. I mean, we played a little bit of it, but
right, from Agent Dr. PC. This is the What's in the Capsule song. And then so yeah, definitely click that link down there. He has a whole album. He has a lot of like Ingress related tunes. So yes, definitely go check that out. I don't really know anybody else who does have Ingress tunes, right? I mean, if you too are an Ingress musician, let us know.
Yeah, because how cool would that be to have just a playlist of Ingress music and themed songs and stuff going while you're out there playing? Because you can only listen to the podcast for so long, and then you got to wait for a new episode. So then you got to have music and stuff.
Right.
Or just stuff.
Just stuff.
And don't forget, next week, this is another link that won't be in the show notes, but next week should be the AMA, right? The first Monday in March.
Oh, yeah. So make it count.
So be thinking of a question to put Andrew on the spot.
It better not suck.
Something about what happens in March. The Ides happen in March, right? It's the that's actually my mom's birthday. The Ides of March.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, which is like, isn't that just an enlightened holiday right there? Like, we need to like co-opt that and just make it, you know, St. Jarvis Day or just enlightened
St. Jarvis Day.
ENL. Anyway, it's green.
The on March 20th, you have the equinox.
March Madness. That's right, K Fort.
The International Day of Happiness is also on March 20th. It's a global holiday.
And is everybody happy on that day, or?
Yep, and then inadvertently the next day everybody's sad. So it's
El Deprecio.
Yeah, I think they drink too much on Happy Day and then recover on sad days.
Oh, sad. Sad stuff. Oh my God! I almost forgot a second week in a row before we've already gone on the segment. So forgive me, Agent Soho, but we have a call from it's 2 weeks old. So
okay,
this is a call from Agent Dewey J.
Hey guys, here's an Ingress Prime theory for you. What if Dark XM is actually a virus, and it infects everything that uses XM, like portals and scanners, and anything that comes in contact with something that has that virus, of course, gets that virus. And then what if in July the payload for that virus goes out and everything who has been infected can't be powered and just doesn't work, and the only way to make it work is to use the new Ingress Prime scanner? What do you think?
Oh, interesting. So it's like payloads and like scheduled payloads happening. So it's like a worldwide event. That's cool. I like that. It's a lot of elements in there that are interesting, and it ends with the launch, I guess.
And Vane actually reminded me of that when he said Dark XM virus soon in there. It's like, oh my God, I almost missed that call again. And poor like Dewey J sent me a message, said, hey, did y'all get that call? And I was like, oh crap, because I switched to the soundboard last week and I'm getting used to it again. It's been a while. Thanks Vane for that, and thanks Arctic Rebel. Man, you've been throwing those up there, the super chats, and it reminded us 3.14, right? March 14th.
Yeah,
it's Pie Day. That's important.
That's right.
Go out and eat pie.
You can do some kind of
make triangles
on Pie Day.
Pies or triangles.
I mean, I've seen people do pie art before, but you know, we've yet to really do any kind of art here in Huntsville, though. But art seems like it'd be hard to do.
Yeah, I see those ops where they're doing these things. I'm like, wow, they spend a lot of time on that. I think I'll just go throw a triangle and be good.
Yeah, or just annoy everybody with my 20-mile-long needle.
It was needle art. That's what you tell people. No, it's my art. I don't want to take it down. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the other month, last month, somebody did the, or a bunch of people did the Andrew Krug face. That was both awesome and creepy at the same time.
And they can resubmit it in December and say it's Santa Claus. Right? They can just come up with any holiday and just be like, that's some dude with a beard.
And it's like, look, it's St. Jarvis Day.
It's
Jarvis.
Lincoln Day. It's Agent Soho Day.
Yeah.
Maybe that was for you. What do you think?
I actually have a beard. Just need to add glasses to it. Did I already have glasses? Does Andrew wear glasses now? I can't remember.
You can take them off. If he, yeah, he's getting close to 40, isn't he? He's going to be wearing glasses if he doesn't. It happens. I haven't had glasses until I turned 40, and then all of a sudden, damn eyes started dying on me. Going crappy. I need like a lens, like I don't even know a collar. Like, do they make a lens collar so when I'm playing Ingress and when I look down at my scanner, I have the glasses on and I don't have to like find them and put them on?
Like
a visor,
but tinted.
But it's not there when I'm looking around. It's just when I'm looking down. I don't know. $1 million idea. Just give me something of it. Anyway, I think that leads us.
Intel is working on some really next gen glasses, like Google Glass, but like actually like really cool. Have you seen anything about that? The new Intel stuff?
No. Is this their like AR VR answer stuff?
Yeah, basically. Check it out. Anybody listening, just do a search for that or look on The Verge. That's where I found it. But man, the hardware is getting really good, and I know Krug and Hanky actually already mentioned integrating, Ingress Prime into all the new kind of hardware and stuff like that. So like, oh man, 2018 is gonna be cool. 2019 is gonna be even better because like, I think a lot of the really cool stuff's gonna come out this Christmas, like this year, the end of 2018. So
with the glasses.
Yeah.
Come in.
Pardon me, Agent Soho, Agent Goonie Guy. I'm afraid you are needed in the Situation Room. If you could please wrap it up.
All right, we'll be there in a minute. Okay, well, I guess we should go in there now, huh? Okay, let's go.
Well, we're going to have to get out of here. We're needed in the old sit room. But thanks, everyone, for showing up for the live chat. It's been a lot of fun today. And send in your ideas, your comments, your questions, all that good jazz at all the places, twitter.com/Agent Academy, on our Telegram channel, Agent Academy. Anywhere else? Is that good?
Yeah, basically Agent Academy everywhere in the world, except for Facebook. Because you have to add the word podcast to the end of it, but that's it. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. So let's see, it's starting to get a little warm here in Huntsville, so we're gonna get out and
move
in shorts. We're gonna run around in the woods in our shorts while the rest of the country is shoveling snow.
I don't want to tick.
So yeah, and that's it. And that's the show. So send us in your goodies. We like goodies.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody go out and make a triangle.
Yeah. Frack a hack. Frackle hackle.
Frackle hackle.
Frackle hackle.
Frackles and spackles.
Shimmy sham. Flimmy flam. Yeah.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That's the best movie ever. Don't let anybody tell you different.
See you, JBJ Blaze. See everybody. Thanks again for all the super chat going on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool. That's like we just haven't seen that before, and that's really cool. And yeah, we'll be able to add some more services and pay for them. We were kind of struggling with like adding some like premium SoundCloud accounts and this and that. We have some ideas for a website and all this kind of stuff, but so yeah, it does help out. So yay. Well, I feel like this was a good week.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. And we'll see you next week.
Andy says bye.
Bye.